Well, some people says that this is some good news, and other people says this is really bad news. This is that you lock a particular anime behind a paywall. That you know, I mean, we're hopefully that they're going to use the other site on that to be able to, because I think more people will go to the secondary site on this. But if you're familiar, we talked about this about a year ago that there's been a change in the situation with Macross. That Macross, basically the fight with Harmony Gold and many other companies dealing with this is now over. That basically now, people can do wheel and deal Macross throughout, whether it's the series themselves or it's the models, toys, figures, comics, depending on what you're talking about to the situation. But seems that Disney has acquired the about 18, I believe 18 of the series from Macross, except for one or two that they won't, that Harmony Gold will hang on to, especially like for example, Robotech itself. That will be done through Harmony Gold, however they want to handle it. I think you could watch it on certain free sites, if I'm not mistaken, and I know Prime has it and a couple of others. But now you're going to be getting, if you have Disney, hopefully, that they may shovel this into Hulu, because most of these articles they're talking about overseas at Star Disney, which is their overseas website that handles the streaming for Disney overseas, which, they've had a lot of issues, especially in India. But, getting this off of Taco USA Magazine, a ton of Macross anime heads to Disney Plus around the world. And like I said, a lot of this is for the first time ever on streaming sites. Most of this stuff was only available either through bootlegs, through Japan. You had to use VPN at this point. There was only a limited distribution on a lot of these. So let's read into this. Getting ready for a bunch of Macross anime to be available streaming outside Japan. The official site for the series announced that Disney Plus will be its home starting this year. The Macross Plus to Macross Delta and beyond. It's notable that it doesn't include the classic 1982 Super Dimensional Fortress Macross anime or its Do You Remember Love film, both which has limited distribution inside Japan distinctions. Here's what's on the way to Disney Plus Star brand starting at the end of 2024. Super Dimensional Fortress Macross Flashback 2012. Part 2, Lovers Again. Macross Plus Movie Edition. Macross 7 the Movie, The Galaxy's Calling Me. Macross Dynamite 7. Macross Zero. Macross Frontier. Macross Frontier, The False Songstress. Macross Frontier, The Wings of Farewell. Jaco Toppen, Macross Frontier, Toko no Me Q. Macross FB7, Oren no Uti Okite. Macross Delta the Movie, Passionate While You Cure. Delta Movie, Absolute Live. This follows the end of decades-long dispute over Macross rights in 2021. At the time of this writing, there is no specific date in place for the launch of any of the above titles, but hopefully they'll be able to stick it to the plan of the 2024 release. Now, I'm hoping that this will end up on Hulu, that this will not be stuck on Disney, because basically, as far as in the West, Disney Plus, a lot of people have moved away from Disney Plus. And if they're thinking that a lot of people will join Disney Plus just to watch this, they're better off buying the stuff, whether it's a bootleg or from an overseas. And I tell people, get yourself a DVD player, one of the ones that handle multiple formats for throughout the world, so you can play any DVD or Blu-ray back on there. You can get one for under $300 these days. I say don't give Disney your money on that, especially for something like this. I mean, in a way, it is good that these things are finally being released on this end, but most anime fans, they've hit the pirated seas for these, or they've gotten DVDs on stuff. I know myself, I have the Macross Plus. I forgot which one. It's the movie edition. I think I have the movie edition. I have it on VHS. I have a VHS copy of that. But and it hasn't been dubbed. That's the thing. I don't know if they've dubbed it recently or anything to that nature. I doubt it. But the thing about it is, there's so much there. I mean, it's similar to what Netflix did when they ended up getting Gundam. First couple of Gundam movies available on there. And the thing about it is, it didn't bring that many people into there. As far as that. I mean, they have a lot of, I gotta say, Netflix, looking at Netflix today, they have much more anime now today than they did about 2 years ago. And if they maintain it, they could be a definite force against Crunchyroll. But Crunchyroll still holds the largest library out of all of these sites. And, and you may say, well, what about Hulu? So you gotta remember, Crunchyroll leases out to Hulu. So basically, it's still Crunchyroll, because it's Crunchyroll or Funimations, however you want to put it, onto that forefront. With everything with the Dragon Ball and all that, and you have Sandland that just started airing episodes. I think they dropped all the episodes on Hulu. Yeah, you can watch the last of the Akira Toriyama series that he's created is now available on Hulu. You can watch it there. It's nice to see something of that nature, and you have the game that's out that they're giving a free demo as far as that of the game of that series in itself. So tell me in the comments below, what do you think about this? I mean, to me, I'm not going to pay for Disney. I already pay for Hulu. I can spend an extra $2 and watch it on Disney, but my bet on, because most of these articles that I've read, they're talking about Disney Star brand. And when they're talking Disney Star brand, they're talking about overseas. They haven't said anything about the U.S. on that. So my thinking, and I may be wrong, is that we could probably see this on Hulu, eventually down the line. They may release it on Disney Plus first in the U.S., but maybe 2025 they'll start to leak some of the series and movies over to Hulu, which you do have a good amount of anime fans over on Hulu, because they do tend to do their weekly streaming on certain titles, like Bleach and Mushoku Tensei and many others that basically they've done a week-to-week release, and Hulu has stayed up with it. I mean, even Spy X Family, same thing situation. They've done a week-to-week situation. So let me know again in the comments. Like, share this video, and hopefully today I've earned your subscription. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check out all of our videos here on CuteCast TV, Man with the Show. Have yourself a happy Easter, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are 2 ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop, where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.